There is this new trend that is literally taking over the YouTube space. A trend where children and teenagers from the age of 10 to 16 are taking part in, and it is called Huzz or Chuzz. Basically, are you ugly or are you madly attractive? And like I said earlier, children are literally partaking in this trend, and let's just say it is very, very disturbing. In this video, I'm gonna be breaking this all down because, to be honest, this is not supposed to exist. These children are literally exposing themselves on the internet for predators to gain access to their pictures. With that being said, let's dive right into it, shall we? First off, let me explain what Huzz or Chuzz is, because if you're not Gen Alpha, I'm pretty sure you have a hard time understanding what that particular slang means. It basically means, are you madly attractive or are you chopped? That is just a quick way to summarize it.
Start with Huzz, which is adaptable. So you could say like Huzz is like the hot guy or like the hot person, like it could be guy or girl. And then you could also say like the Chuzz, which means like they're chopped, like they are not cute.
This trend has been going on for well over 2 years, where people will ask, am I Huzz or am I Chuzz? Am I fine or am I just ugly? And honestly, these slangs are getting out of hand, because I really do not understand why you need a slang to ask somebody if you're fine or if you're ugly. Slowly but surely, these slangs have been turned into a trend that children are now asking other children and adults if they are attractive or not. And that is exactly where YouTube community tabs comes in. YouTube officially launched the community tab feature around 2016, but it didn't start getting traction until around 2022 to 2023. But for me, I started seeing it really well around 2025. That's because YouTube started rolling it out to more creators. More creators started having access to it. And basically, the community tab feature was intended for fans who watch a particular creator to be able to connect or communicate with other fans, because they have a shared interest. They follow the same influencer. But let's just say they took it a little too far by introducing Huzz or Chuzz as a trend. When I tell you the amount of teenagers, children literally posting their pictures on this community tab asking, am I Huzz or am I Chuzz? Am I ugly or am I attractive? It is really concerning, I'm not gonna lie. And the thing about this is that they do it so freely, because again, it's a community tab. You don't even need to follow the influencer to be able to make a post on that tab. You can literally be anybody and decide to post in the influencer's community tab. So anybody from anywhere can decide to make a post. It really doesn't matter. And since anybody from anywhere can make a post, you should also imagine that anybody from anywhere can come across the post and see it and literally screenshot your picture and save it to their phones. That leads us to the danger of children posting their pictures on this community tab. I don't think children understand. I think sometimes when you're trying to explain something to a child or even a teenager, they think you're crazy. They think you don't know what you're saying. And that is one of the perks or one of the things you start to understand as you grow older. There are things you probably did when you were a teenager, and now that you're an adult, looking back on those actions, you're thinking to yourself, why did I even do that in the first place? And that's because now you're an adult. You kind of understand that what you did back when you're a teenager isn't really the best course of action. You're way older now to understand why it's not the best. And I'm just gonna say it. Children and teenagers have a hard time understanding that they are predators online. They are people who dedicate their whole entire life to looking for pictures of children so they can save it on their phones, or so they can get more access to this child so they can groom them. But sometimes when you say it to them, they don't really understand. They feel like you're making a big deal out of nothing. But the fact is that most of these pictures that are being posted on this community tab, I would say that they are predators who have probably come across these pictures and saved it on their phones. Like I said earlier, anybody that has access to YouTube already has access to your pictures. The dangers are really alarming. When I tell you that people that post on this community tab are within the age of 10 to 16, I hardly even see 17 or 18. These are children, for God's sake, and they're posting their pictures on a community tab for millions of people to see. I'm safe, by the way, keep that in mind. And that is exactly why other people who are able to see the dangers of this happening have been making posts on the community tab telling other people to stop. Guys, please stop posting Chuzz or Huzz. The internet is forever. Once you post something, you have zero control over where it ends up. And as children and teenagers, that's really not safe. Posting your face and asking complete strangers to comment on your looks is weird and unnecessary. You are all beautiful, loving people who don't need extra validation, which, by the way, is completely true. The whole idea of being put into these categories is weird in itself. Beauty is subjective. You can be the most gorgeous shade of green, but it won't matter if the other person's favorite color is blue. Please don't post your faces on your guys, and especially don't use this page for dating. It is really dangerous. I'm sorry to be a downer, but but this just isn't safe and I want you all to be careful. This post is well written. This person said exactly what needs to be said. You should already understand that for people to be making posts like this, it should have already raised some certain concerns. I'm gonna read another one out for you because, to be honest, this trend is something else. Please stop posting Huzz or Chuzz. I'm sorry, but nobody cares. Also, has anybody learned about internet safety? It's also genuinely sad that this is happening to begin with. It's okay to be self-conscious, but posting yourself on the internet is not okay. Even if it's common, you shouldn't have to post yourself on a community tab asking this. I get this while scrolling on YouTube. It is terrible and I don't want to see it. I subscribed to this channel purely so it would let me make a community post, and then I'm unsubscribing again. Can children please stop posting selfies here? I have never even followed this channel before at all, but YouTube still would not stop showing me the post from this community, and it's literally all 13-year-old girls asking strangers on the internet if they're hot enough, with random men responding in the comments. It's disgusting and disturbing, and I wish YouTube would do something about it. That is exactly what I said earlier. You don't need to be subscribed to this channel to have access to pictures like this. How do these teenagers not realize the dangers of doing this, especially on YouTube? And again, the comments are always so weird because you see other people replying saying, oh yes, you are Huzz, you're so beautiful. And that's not even the end of it. That's not the end of this trend, because there are also other people making posts like, can you guess my age? Can you tell me who my celebrity lookalike is? Also, can you recommend K-pop songs for me? It is literally the most random thing ever. Someone can literally post a picture saying that her mom straightened her hair today. That's why she decided to post the picture. Some might just be showing their outfits of the day. It is so random, and that's why I kind of believe that even though the Huzz or Chuzz trends officially stops, teenagers will still look for a way to post their pictures, because again, they're looking for a way to connect with other fans who have a shared interest, and that shared interest is the fact that they follow the same influencer. But come on guys, your picture is on the internet for hundreds of thousands of people to literally see anywhere in the world. And the crazy part about this is that you don't know if the other person on the other end that you think is a teenager giving you, their opinion on if you're Huzz or Chuzz. You don't know if they're a teenager. There might be a grown adult, a creepy man behind that teenage account. You never just know. I'm going to mention 4 influencers I have mostly seen this happen on. By the way, there are more than that. I think it's because I'm a woman and I mostly see these influencers on my FYP or on my explore page on YouTube. That is why I've mostly noticed this happen on their community page. I'm not trying to say that there are no other influencers. There are definitely other influencers out there that still have this going on, but this is just the 4 I have noticed, and there's an uproar. Literally, it happens every other day. I mean, teenagers post their pictures every other day on this community tab. Number 1, Hailey Bailey. Number 2, Sophie Silva. Number 3, Embry Cotlin. And number 4, Lynn Ortiz. 2 of these influencers have already addressed this one way or the other, but the other 2 so far, I don't really think they care about it happening. For an influencer to address what is going on their community tab, you already know that it is really something. People started tagging Sophie Silva, telling her to address it all because it's getting to a point where it cannot be ignored anymore, and these children are literally in danger because obviously they're not listening to other people who are telling them to stop. They still keep posting. So Sophie had to come forward and address the whole situation by saying, we need to chat. This is not the type of post I wanted to make today, but I care too much about you guys to ignore it. Over the past week, I've received numerous messages raising some serious flags about what's been happening on my own and other creators' community pages. I've been made aware of minors posting photos of themselves in the community tab and asking strangers to rate their looks, along with concerns about body shaming, bullying, and inappropriate comments subsequently being left under this post. The adults in these communities are right to be concerned, and I'm truly grateful to the people who spoke up. Please be mindful about what you're posting on any YouTube community pages. Anything you post is public and can be viewed by anyone. I know it feels like a joke or a trend, but the internet is not always safe and you cannot control who views, saves, shares, or even responds to your photos. There is no circumstance where it is appropriate to share your age, school, location, or any other personal information of that matter with strangers online. It is always better to be safe than sorry. By the way, that write-up is it is amazing. She hit all the right spots. And just to show you how big this particular situation was, this post has 200,000 likes. 200,000 people decided to like this post because of how serious it was already getting. After she made this statement about this whole situation, I would say people stopped posting themselves. Not entirely at first, but not as rampant as it was like before. Another influencer who addressed this whole situation is Lynn Ortiz. She did not make a specific post, however, she left a comment under a post or somebody telling her to address it. This did get brought to my attention and I did censor specific words, which I did yesterday, and I don't think anyone else has posted one since. That is not entirely true, by the way. People were still posting their pictures, but just in different forms, using different captions. But it's still nice that she at least addressed it. The third YouTuber on the list is Hailey Bailey. Hailey Bailey has not addressed anything at this point in time as I'm filming this video, even though people have been tagging her multiple times. I would say by scrolling through the community tabs, I think Hailey Bailey has been tagged more than any other YouTuber on this list. Somebody literally tagged Hailey Bailey, and this is what they had to say. Stop the Huzz or Chuzz. At Hailey Bailey, you need to do something about this in your community posts. Keep moderators to regulate this type of posts for the safety of the kids. It is getting out of hand. And I quote, it is her choice. Works for the adults. We're talking about children here. Kids aren't supposed to be making this public appearance, rating posts of strangers online. Quote unquote, parents allowed it, and mind your business does not magically make something safe. The internet is full of people with bad intentions, and pretending otherwise doesn't protect anyone. This particular post has 1.2 thousand likes, and there are still many more telling Hailey Bailey to address this, but so far she has not. And same thing goes for Embry. Embry has not made a post or even left a comment. When I was scrolling through our community tab, I didn't see anything regarding that. And I would personally say that Embry's own is the most rampant because she's the youngest on this list. The way people are posting there is absolutely insane. Like every post or every 1 in 2 posts is about people posting pictures, telling other people to rate their looks or to choose a fit or to tell them if they are fine or not. Just something that is, again, so unnecessary. When I saw this, I was like, what is actually going on and why is this happening? I know a lot of people are gonna agree with me on this, but I would say children, teenagers, stop posting yourself on these community tabs. You don't know who have access to your pictures. Literally anybody from anywhere without subscribing to the influencer you're following can have access to those pictures. YouTube used to be a quote unquote kind of safe space, but now it's no longer safe because predators have already catched on. They know where exactly to get pictures, to reach out to teenagers and things like this. And you never know if the person you're communicating with is a teenager. It might as well be a grown adult trying to get close to you and possibly groom you or take advantage of you. And that is why adults will always say, don't post your pictures. If you can't get away with not posting it, do not post it on the internet because you never know what predator is lurking. And to every predator out there who is lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right time to gain access to these teenagers or even to reach out to them, you're absolutely disgusting and you deserve to be in hell. Literally, I don't know how people are able to do this with their clear mind. Anybody can lie that they're 13 and gain access to you and use pictures from other maybe people or children on the internet, and there's a possibility that you will never know because you're young. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents because this trend is already getting out of hand and people are still doing it. Even after this video, I might still say a very big inflow of people pushing back on what I just said. Maybe other teenagers that feel like it's completely okay and not supposed to be their own worry, or other adults that feel like this is something normal for teenagers to be doing, and most especially children, because there are people who look like they might be 15, 16, but little do you know that they're probably just 11 or 12, which again, they are children. I just hit 80,000 subscribers. I am so happy. Words cannot express how happy I am. 80k is such a very big milestone for me that I decided to get a cake. It's empty now. I've eaten all of it, just that tiny piece that is left, but this is my cake I used to celebrate 80k. It was mad expensive, but anything for my celebration. Thank you all so much for making this possible. It actually does mean a lot to me. 80,000 of you is so easy. Like anytime I hit a huge milestone on my channel, I'm always just thinking back to how I always wanted to do commentary by my first microphone with the first money I started earning from my job, and just sitting down talking to you guys. It feels so surreal, and I'm glad that I'm here right now to share my thoughts and my opinion, and just make videos on the internet. It is really fun, and I'm glad that I get to do this. Thank you to every single person who has supported me so far. It means a lot to me, okay? Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. For teenagers, please be safe out there because it is a really crazy world and the internet is not predictable. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.